People say usually you don't need to protect against two others. Maybe I should have put in a small bet and lose the money to 6 of hearts, but okay. Well, definitely 3-betting here versus Victor with ace-5 suited. Oh, no. I mean, obviously great, but why am I playing 40 big blinds? Got a couple tables high stakes running. 2 tables in the top 10k, and the bottom ones are NL5k. Ace-7 suited, sometimes calling, sometimes 3-betting. I tend a little more towards the call with the weaker spot in the big blind, or hopefully weaker spot, and go from there. Not the perfect board, even though we have an ace. Like to have the backdoor flush draw here, helps me a little with navigation. Ignacio can put lots of pressure on us. I think my hand is just good for one more street. So I'm super happy to check back here. Ignacio is still super uncapped. Yeah, he will check some boats. He definitely has mainly give-ups here, but I'm trying to maximize my value against 6 of heart, which is probably 1 river bet against a king, or bluff catching against a busted gut shot. So yeah, the 5 doesn't hurt too much. I'm more looking towards the jack 10, queen 10s, and yeah. Actually, this snap bet there looks so freaking value-ish, and I do not beat value really. I'm definitely calling an ace, but still keeping in mind that I don't love the spot here. Pocket 5s, obviously. And this guy making an incredible fold with ace-8, wow. So yeah, people say usually you don't need to protect against 2 others. Maybe I should have put in a small bet and lose the money to 6 of hearts, but okay. Ace-King offsuit from under the gun versus a big blind 3-bet, mainly just a call, sometimes a 4-bet. I'm going with a call here, slightly deeper, even speaks more for the call. Plays perfectly fine in position. Yeah, we can play our range. We have jacks, we have ace-jack suited, we have all the ace-kings, so he shouldn't use like large sizings and go crazy here too much. Again, like first thing I have in mind is like, I try to get 2 streets in pretty much. I can start taking them now and then check back at some point. I think it's close to get full 3 streets, because he definitely can have traps. He can check pocket jacks, he can check aces sometimes. The board obviously will bring more cards, but yeah, I rolled a bet. We'll start with a bigger bet size there, attacking his kings, queens, jack X. Definitely have fold equity betting small, but I don't care about that part. Folding out a 7-8 of spades is not what I'm looking for. And this is now obviously one of the worst cards in the deck. Villain can have obviously kings, queens with a club. He can have king, queen suited. I expect that to bet more. Pocket 10s, I guess he only check calls with clubs, so I'm safe with those. Some ace 10 suited can be a thing. But actually, I like to bet again here against this king, jack, queen, jack, kings, queens type of hands. Yeah, like I think check and small bet both make sense in a way. And now hoping for the best. Kings, here we go. Villain can have obviously kings, queens with a club, and pocket jacks getting the cutoff flat from Stefan. Like last time I played him is quite a while ago. I don't remember him flatting cutoffs, but since the weaker player is not in the big blind, I expect him to not be as loose as like 4s and 3s, so it should be more centered around obviously some king X, but then 6s, 7s, 8s. So I'm happy to keep the betting lead here, even though my hand obviously doesn't want to build a huge pot. 2 callers. 10 for my range, very good card. Obviously my jacks don't care about that, and they are a very clear check, but definitely takes away lots of air I might have. We'll check 10s here in the same way. And now things get interesting. Like now I have no clue of Stefan's cutoff flatting range. I think he wouldn't stab with 6s, 7s, 8s. Call. I mean, I'm just thinking, where can my money come from? Him still stabbing something like 6s, 7s, 8s, or a bluff that he's giving up now. And Roman not having the king and having like some 4 or 5 of hearts instead. But I think it's just too likely that I'm drawing to 2 outs that are not even clean. That's tough. I think it's close. But having 5 outs instead of 2 would already be better, like a random 10. A little scared that Stefan did that with ace 10, and Roman has pretty much anything, but now this is not ace 10 anymore. A very, very interesting spot. Roman can have all 4x of hearts. So it's like, how thin can Stefan go for value? He can definitely not value bet king jack like that, I would say. So he needs to have a king 10 or a king queen already. Would love to see a showdown, but it all starts with a cutoff flat. Pretty cool action. Top right, wow, we see a cold 4-bet and a cold call from Imagine King versus that cold 4-bet. Now just put yourself in Roman's shoes. If you have like a non-nutted hand that wants to jam, what are you doing? What are you doing with tens? What are you doing with jacks? What are you doing with ace jack suited? He finds the fold. And now let's see who got the goods. I have them. Interesting that Victor is like going that large. A smaller bet would do the same job. So I think it's more like valued, getting the maximum out of, okay, something like that right away. Nice job flopping a king there for your opponent. Ace jack, maybe not getting 3-bet this time. Okay, flat from our friend. It makes it a little more interesting for everyone to squeeze, get money in the middle. King 5 deuce. I think this is not our board. Check, check. And he's more like bluffing draws, it seems like, and not going crazy when he has nothing. So happy to check down and hopefully sometimes win. A half pot bet, I think. We got a call once. And the queen. King 10 not going for value. Okay, this is crazy. This is crazy tight. Okay. Well, definitely 3-betting here versus Victor with ace 5 suited. Got the call. 7-5-3. Very interesting board. I'm sometimes checking, sometimes betting large if he checks to me, but obviously he's better than that and starts leading. So yeah, we play our hand. Go from here. We have a pretty easy call for now. An ace would be nice on the turn. I'm just not used to those sizings, so I'm just switching to big blinds. Another half pot bet that looks a lot like 6s, 8s, 9s, 10s. We want to do some raising, but our hand is not the one. We just have a call here, and yeah. And yeah, 6s are part of his range, 7-6 is part of his range, 5-6 is part of his range. Having a 5 is pretty good. We have a straight, we have other hands, but this is just a call, but one that is very, very nice. So this might be still a set that is value betting. So very, very happily calling, expecting to win pretty much always, but or splitting. But yeah, raising is too much. Yeah, pretty sure about that. We got the nothing. That's nice. Nice hand, definitely something to learn from, to look things up, right? It's like finding that jack 10 of hearts, donk there. What am I doing with my king queen offsuit? And he just leverages his advantage on that board, that on lots of cards I'm really in trouble. I need to defend properly against that. I need to find enough raises. On the flop, my hand was not one of them, but to not just fold my random overcards, to not only call with my ace king all the time. And this is tough to do. It's very easy to spot those boards where you can do some donking, especially those where I don't have the sets, but he has those and none of my overcards hit. But to then not only do it when you have something connected to the board is the key. So he had a nice backdoor flush draw, and once he starts betting and hits a jack or a 10, it's actually a pretty nice out to have as well. Pocket 5s against unknown. Oh, why am I playing? Oh, no. I mean, obviously great, but why am I playing 40 big blinds? Probably don't need that rebuy now. Hopefully getting some money in. That stack depth, we can actually check raise smaller. King 9 suited, sometimes a 3-bet, and here as well I want to play 100 bigs. Whew, 5s. I think it's best to just keep going, not allow like any ace to slow play or so. And that 10-4-4 is a board where I can bet almost full range with half pot. King 9 of hearts, pretty nice backdoors. 2 overcards, obviously better. 9 is exactly that card, right? If I have king jack and hit a jack, that's awesome. Yeah, 5s, I think quads are good. Ace 10, wow, okay. Yeah, king 9, trying to check down versus ace king. Definitely having another value bet on the river if it goes check check. And I think it's a pretty nice call down hand as well. just blocking pocket nines. He has, I'm not sure whether he's going for value with any, like every 10 here. He can have like queen jack floats and so on. I'm blocking king 10 suited as well. Pocket jacks, he has 4-5 suited, he can have pocket queens. Check, check, I should win. Yeah. So yeah, if he doesn't even go for value here with jacks, then I think my call down plan is I was calling here all day long, so I'm even more happy with the plan.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to support the channel and stay always up to date, then leave a subscribe here or check out our next video.